Hello friends, here we are going to understand the Employee State Insurance Act of 1948 of Government of India. This is the ESI Act in short, which we spoke out at every time during our employment. In this video we will understand the basic concept of the ESI Act, and we will touch each and every part of the ESI Act in this video. ESI Act is nothing but a social security act which is been given by the government to the even it is applicable to the private employees which are being employed by a private employers, right? This is the basic concept of the ESI Act, to give insurance or social security to the employees. This is the basic fundamentals right which is being given by the our Constitution of India to get some benefits under the statutes which are the rights of the citizens. And this is the one of the act which is being implemented by the government in order to benefit the employees which are being employed in the private sectors. The benefits which are being given is such as illness, long lasting sickness, or any long term sickness, or any death casualties while in the employment. So this is the legal benefits which are being given to the employees under this statute. And in further topics we will understand what are the applicability and penal sections, and what are the contribution of employees and employer. So the applicability of the this act is all over India. It extends to all over India, including the state of Jammu and Kashmir. And this act is applied in all factories, including factories belonging to the government, or it might belong to non-government as well. And this act is not applicable for the seasonal factories, for example ice cream factories or sweater factories, etc. This is little bit example. It extends to very long example which I am not giving you in order to make the video short. Now third point is the appropriate government, in consultation with the some advisors, may extend this act applies to any other firm or private sector as well, which the government might deem fit in order to its employment, right? If the government thinks that it might be it is appropriate to make this act applicable to any sector of the employment, then it might made applicable to that sector as well. Now the minimum criteria which is being given under this act is 21,000. If the any employee's income is more than 21,000, then he is not it is not compulsory to pay him this ESI Act benefit, right? This is not if any employee wants to get the benefit under this ESI Act, then his income should be under the scale of 21,000 per month. This section 2 subsection 9 of this act specifies these special terms of the ESI Act. These are the various case studies which I am not going in depth, and I will explain you this on the later videos. For example, preparing sweets factories, it is also applicable. ESI could not be extended, or this once applicable will be always applicable. This is important. This means that if this act applies to any particular company or any establishment, then this act will be continuously applicable to that particular establishment. If that establishment's eligibility, or for example in this act there is the provision that if any during the any financial year, if any establishment crosses the limit of 10 employees in that particular financial year, then this act will be compulsorily applicable on that particular establishment. If this act applies to any that particular establishment, its one applicable is always applicable. Now we are moving to the next topic. The next topic is here is the definition given in this act, which I am not going in depth so as to avoid any delay in this video. So we will understand the important topics. Here is the definition given for what is the permanent disablement, or what are its definition under this act, so as to get the benefit under this act. Again, this while calculating 21,000 limit, we will have to this wages says section 2 subsection 22 says that while calculating the wages, that is 21,000 that earlier we have studied, while calculating that we have to exclude the overtime wages, right? This will be excluded in the 21,000. If by including overtime wages, if it becomes 23,000, then also it will be he will be eligible. His original income is 20,000, and while including the overtime payment, it even if it becomes 23,000, then he is eligible to get the benefit under this ESI Act. This one we have to understand it. This is very important. Section 2 subsection 22, right? Now we are moving to the next point. The registration of the employees will be done by the particular establishment itself. There is not an obligation on the part of the employee, it is an obligation on the part of the employer to give the benefit under this act. So next is so this is important. Penal action under section 138 of the Negotiable Instrument Act, NI Act. This is the section which defines that if the employer deposits check to the government for the payment of contribution which the employer deducted from the employee's account to deposit in the ESI Act, or interest payment or payment of damages, or any other amount due for the employer to pay within the specified period of time, then he is liable to be penalized or take initiated penal the government might initiate penal action against the employer under section 138 of the Indian Negotiable Instrument Act. And there is various Indian penal sections, code sections as well, for the if any employer deducts amount from the employee's account and he does not deposit that amount in the ESI Act, as per the ESI Act, then he will be liable to be punished under these sections of the IPC, right? This is also one of the major major point to know in order to understand the ESI Act. What are the consequences the employer has to face if he violates any section under this act. This is the consequential topic, consequential definition. It means that it gives brief idea about that if anyone violates this act, then what are the various punishment given in this act, right? Thank you. And I will discuss in details further acts as well of the government. So keep in touch with this video. Thank you.